Give coordinates and graph coordinates. A coordinate plane is a graph that shows the distance from the same starting point. The x-axis is the horizontal number line. The y-axis is the vertical number line. And the origin is where the x-axis and the y-axis meet. It has the coordinates 0, 0. Coordinate point always gives the x-axis number first and the y-axis number second, which is shown as this. So let's first look at an example where we need to give the coordinates. Example 1. Lucy conducted developmental screening tests for 4 children. The attached graph compares the children's results per cognitive and speech function. The x-axis represents the cognitive score and the y-axis represents the speech scores. What are the coordinates for each of the developmental screening tests for each child? So we'll start with child A. So we locate it on the graph first. Now we know we need to start at the origin, which is just right there in the middle. This is 0, 0. Now we notice that A is to the right, and so we always move in the x direction first and then the y direction when we give coordinates. So we start at the origin and we go over 1, 2, 3, 4 places on A for the x. So we'll go ahead and write that because that's positive 4. And then we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places up on the y direction. So this is positive 5. So we'll just put 5. So we have 4 and 5 for child A. This shows that there is no developmental problems for child A. Now let's look at child B. We're going to go over from the origin. Start at the origin, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places. So we'll go over and write 5 first for child B. Then we go up 1, 2 places for B. So it's 5, 2. Now we go to C. We start at the origin again. We go over 1, 2. And then we go up 1. So we'll put the 1 right there. Now let's look at D. D is a little different than the other 3. So we move over 1, 2, 3, 4 places. And we go down 1, 2, 3, 4. So for this, we move to the right 4 times. So we put a 4 for the x. And then for the y, we put negative 4 because we're going down on the y-axis. So anytime you move down on the y-axis, this is negative. Anytime you go positive or to the top or up, we go positive for the y-axis. Now for the x-axis, anytime you move to the right, it's considered positive. And anytime you move to the left, it's considered negative. These are important things to remember. Now let's look at another example. Example 2. Lucy is now plotting the results from the developmental screening test for an additional 4 children. The x-axis represents the cognitive score and the y-axis represents the speech scores. Help Lucy plot the results for these 4 children. So for this example, we're going to do the reverse in what we did. We're given the coordinates and now we need to graph them. So we're going to look at child A and we notice we have negative 2 and 3. So we start at the origin like before. And then we're going to have to go to the x direction, negative 2, which means we're moving to the left. So we go 1, 2. Now the y-axis is positive 3. So we're going to go up 3. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. And we'll place a dot right there. And we'll put A. Now we look at child B. We have 4, 1. So we come back to the origin and we go over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have to move 1 space in the positive direction for y. So we just go up 1. And this gives us the coordinate for B. Now, child C, we have 1. So we start at the origin, go over to the right 1 spot, and we go down -3. So we're going to go down on the y-axis. So 1, 2, 3. This will give us C. And now child D is -1 and -2. We start at the origin and we go over 1. Now we have -2, so that means we're going to go down on the y-axis. So we have 1, 2, and we'll plot that right there and put D for child D. So this is how we would plot coordinates.